Hey, good morning everyone. I'm excited to be here and I want to delve into such critical concept like definition of done and definition of ready. These criteria are fundamental to our agile processes, ensuring clarity, quality and efficiency in our work. Today we will explore what DoD and DoR are, why they matter, and how to create effective criteria for our project. I will try to provide several examples, and yes, I would like to start from this workshop to you. Um, let's get started. I want to start from the difference between them and right now from those basic terms. The DOR helps us to start right by ensuring that we only bring well-defined and prepared tasks into the quarter, into the sprint, whatever, into the PI. It depends with which framework you are working. If we are talking about SAFe, we can mention here PI, program increment. If we are talking about Scrum, we mention sprints. And if we are talking about Kanban model, it can be quarter, whatever. The DoD, on the other hand, help us to finish right by ensuring that our work meets all necessary standards before it is considered complete. This ensures that we deliver high quality, reliable increment to our stakeholders. So, very simple word talking. Definition of ready is those criteria which can help us understand that we are ready to work on our feature, story, task, bugs, whatever. And definition of done, those criteria we are trying to understand that our story feature meet definition of done before we will understand that it can be completed. Yes. So the DOR checklist determines if a task is independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. We need to review our definition of ready regularly. Priorities shift, and your definition of ready needs to reflect those changes. Otherwise, your team may not be working as efficiently as you want, probably. In essence, the DoD is about ensuring that when we say something is done, it's truly done. And it's truly understandable and done for our stakeholders, for our project manager, and for product owner, etc. It's a measure. Um, it's a measure of quality and completeness. Yes. So I want to discuss right now key differences between the definition of done and definition of ready. We will try to explain it in very simple terms. So first term we can mention is purpose. Under the purpose and under DoD, we see that we are ensuring a task is fully completed to a high standard before considered done. Yes? It should be in the end of the sprint, in the end of the quarter or PI. But about definition of ready, it's we are ensuring a task is fully prepared and ready to be started. We have started work on it right now. And to be ready for start, we need to make our stories, features, bugs meet definition of ready. Okay? What about the term of timing? Yes, again, definition of done when we apply it at the end of a task's life cycle when the task is being completed. When we are like moving our task to done, it's not mean that it's really done, because we need to have that clear criteria, definition of done. I will share some examples a little bit later, but during this video. But about timing under definition of ready, we apply it at the beginning of a task's life cycle before the task is started. Yes? Under that focus term and DoD. We focuses on the quality and completeness of the finished work. And your area focuses on the readiness and clarity of the work to be done. Criteria type, yes. Under DoD, we include criteria like testing, documentation, and integration. Like all tests should be passed, documentation should be written, API documentation, etc. Sometimes smart comment should be left under feature, story, whatever. It's about DoD. But about DOR includes criteria like clear requirements, dependencies identified, resources availability, smart description, acceptance criteria, assignee estimation, and so on. Fixed version if needed. Yes, it's up to your company needs and team needs. What about the outcome? If we're gonna talk about the outcome, DoD, the outcome is a deliverable that meets the agreed standards and is ready for release. Under DOR, the outcome is well defined and ready to work on our task. Under verification, we can see that we need to be about definition of done. We need to ensure that the work has been verified and validated through testing, for example. Yes, through testing, we are moving in at prod, everything works good, we don't have any bugs, etc. It's good. But about definition of ready, we are ensuring that the task has been adequately prepared and planned. So before we started to work on it, we need to plan it, we need to groom it somehow, we need to understand from our stakeholders if everything is clear, if their expectations are understandable for us and we can deliver it. Yes, so we can say that okay, we can confirm it and we will deliver. About team involvement, yes, under DoD we can see that typically involves the entire team in validating the completed work, and under DOR often involves the product owner and team members in preparing the task. Under documentation and DoD, it requires that all necessary documentation is complete before marking the task as done. And DOR requires that all necessary information and context are available before starting the task. That context are available, we're talking here about description, acceptance criteria, those fields should be filled prior or during PI planning, during sprint planning, whatever, before the time we have started to work on it, yes? Examples, yes, from the example perspective, we can talk here about DoD. For example, all unit tests passed, code reviewed, documentation updated, and so on. DOR user story is clear, dependencies identified, acceptance criteria defined. Yes, what impact can we have on the workflow? About DoD, we are ensuring that the final product increment is high quality and releasable, and under DOR, ensures that tasks enter the workflow in a state that minimizes delays and uncertainties. So let's right now understand the definition of done. Again, we can also a little bit summarize it, what I was talking today. Okay, the definition of done, it's a clear and concise checklist that determines when a user story, task, or product increment is considered complete. It ensures that all aspects of quality and completeness are met before a piece of work is marked as done. For example, a feature, for example, was demoed, we got feedback from stakeholders. Okay, we can meet. We can be sure that this feature or story meet definition of done. It's also a commitment by the team to meet a certain standard of quality. So, from the example about DoD, you can write down First of all, its code has been written and reviewed. Secondly, code is checked into the repository and built without errors. Unit tests have been written and passed. Integration tests have been completed and passed. Documentation has been updated. Feature has been demonstrated to the product owner and stakeholders. All acceptance criteria have been met. And no critical bugs or issues remain. Why definition of done matter? Why it is very important? Yes, critical for us, because we can see that we are ensuring that every piece of work meets the same quality standard. Here we are talking about consistency and quality. About transparency, again, we are providing clear visibility into what is required for work to be considered complete. Okay? Predictability, we are helping the team to estimate and plan work more accurately so we can predict our future work. Also, customer satisfaction, because we are ensuring that delivered features are fully functional and with high quality. Yes. Mhm. When we are talking about definition of ready, it's a checklist that ensures a user story or task is fully prepared to be worked on. It helps teams determine if a backlog items is sufficiently defined and has all the necessary information and resources to be started. Okay. Um, from example perspective, we see, for example, user story is clearly defined and understandable. We have description, acceptance criteria, and so on. Acceptance criteria, again, defined and clear. Dependencies are identified and managed. If we see that we are dependent from another team, first thing we need to define the dependency. We need to set up a meeting with dependence team. We need to let them know what we need from them, and they need to accept or decline. And after that, it should be good. So they will have the understanding what they can take it on their scope too. For example, again, story points or effort estimation is completed. Yes, necessary resources and team members are available. Any required design or mock-ups are provided. Technical feasibility has been assessed, and very important thing, the story aligns with the team's capacity for the sprint or quarter or PI. Don't forget about team capacity. Why definition of ready matter? Yes, because we are ensuring that the team is ready to work on the item without unnecessary delays. We are minimizing interruptions and bottlenecks during the sprint PI. We provide clear understanding of what is expected before work begins. And it will also increase in quality planning because we are allowing the team to plan their work more effectively and avoid last minute surprises. Who like last minute surprises? Personally, I don't like. And usually I don't like surprises at all. And creating effective DoD and DOR will involve the entire team in defining those criteria and ensure buy-in and shared understanding. It's also customize the criteria to fit your team's specific context, project, and workflow. We are reviewing regularly and update the criteria based on feedback and lessons learned. We are also trying to clearly document this process and make them easily accessible for all team members. We are ensuring that all team members understand and adhere to the DoD and DOR through training and ongoing communication. And summarize what I told, by establishing and adhering to clear definition of ready, definition of done, we can significantly enhance the quality, efficiency, and predictability to our work. Those criteria serve as a foundation for our agile practices, helping us deliver high quality products that meets our stakeholders' expectation. So yeah, we are working together to defining and uphold those standards, ensuring our continued success as an agile team and agile community. Okay, thank you so much. That's all from my side. If my video was helpful, like this video, comment, share with your friends, subscribe my channel, and thank you a lot. Have a nice day and week.